Hi everyone, this is Evelyn. Today I'm going to show you guys a trick of resizing your truck. I have gotten these at the the Dollar Tree, and this was selling for the Christmas season. The red truck that had the Christmas tree behind here. Well, I bought several of them. I'm so glad I did. So now that Christmas is over, I had two left over, and I said to myself, my goodness, I got to do something with this. So I saw in Pinterest, and I'm not sure, it was a pink truck. It looked something like this. But I guess they bought it. I'm not sure. I was trying to look into it, but nothing that, to what my liking was, because I like this style. So I said to myself, I'm going to give it a shot and try to shrink it down, because the original one that we got at Dollar Tree for Christmas is 13 inches long. And for what I want it for, it's not going to work out. So I needed to shrink it. And I'll put it together so you can see the big difference of the truck. So that's how much I shrunk down. You see it, right? So, let me see. I probably took off, and there's a way of doing it, which I'm going to show you. And guys, you ain't going to believe how easy it is to actually cut this out. So I got 2.5 inches longer. So this here, like I said again, this is 13-inch long, okay? So I'm going to show you how I cut mine down to, you could go shorter if you want to, but just keep in mind, you got to be careful with the wheels that you have here. Because I wanted to go shorter, but I don't know. There probably is a way. You guys find another way, but I stuck to what was easy for me. So what I did was, I kind of lined it up together to get it 90, because you can see the line right here. And that's okay, because honestly speaking, it makes the car even look old. I already painted up. I changed the color of my wheel. The original, of course, is black and white. I have, I think it's 2.5-inch circle punch that I have. And then I got smaller little punches, and then the tiny little punches. So I did brown, very pale pink, and inside the little dot I made it brown. So I don't know how much is the videos catching, but I definitely would have pictures on my Stampedy Creation on Facebook, and I'll put that link down if you actually want to see what it looks like. Alright, so the bottom line is, I already drew my line. That's going to be my first line, but that's not going to be my shortest line. Just want to get it started, right? Guys, you want to see how easy this is? I was about to whoop out my husband's saw machine, but honestly, I did not need it at all. So I'm going to take my ruler. I already made that line, and I'm just going to pass, just to pass over it. I'm just going to do a couple of times. And trust me, those guys, I don't know, maybe a little hard if you do suffer arthritis, but my hands hurt too, but it wasn't that bad. So you see, I just wanted to make some lines. I could have done behind it, but that's okay. I took a good pair of scissors. This is the one that I'm using. I got this at Michael. It's by Fisher. So what I did was, guys, watch. See, it's starting to cut. It's a little harder. You have to do little by little. You gotta press that down. So I take my both hands, because of course my hands is not strong enough, but I'm trying to stay on that line, because it's very important, because when you put them together, you want to make sure that you line them up straight. So I'm going to bend it a little bit, because it is bending a little bit. Then I'm going to take my both hands. I'm going to do this. It's almost there. And I'm going to probably push a little bit up. You know what? I can start from over here. I'll turn it the other way, because it makes it so easy. And just follow that groove that you did, just cycle, you cycle that. I don't know what you call this damn thing. Oops. excuse me, this. Alright, so I'm going to go to the other side and I'm going to make it, and guys, look how easy. With a scissors, yes, with a scissors. So if I can do it with my, I have scleroderma and it does a lot of effect with my hands. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay, so that's one step. Now that I got this piece going, I'm going to have to do some trimming to where I want it to be, you know, how short do I want it. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to take the one on the back side, and I'm going to line it up right here, and I'm going to tilt it, and I see where I need to cut. Hold on. I want to make sure I lined it up really good. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just put this together like this. So I'm going to line this up like this. So I already made my first line. No, all right. I made my first line, but you're not going to match it against this one. You're going to match it against on the back of the car. Because you need to know where you want to meet up to. Okay. So I'm looking at the lines, right? And I say it's more close to the wheel, so I just give it a little lift and try to, I'll slide up a little so I can actually see what I'm doing and where I want to, and make sure that your wheel and everything is matching up when it gets to the back. So I'm going to make a little line, let's say about this much. And I'll tell you how much piece we're going to take away from here. Because once I do this, it's going to be like this. Probably even be shorter, which I hope. So what I'm cutting off is 2 1/4. 2 1/4 off. So I'm going to make that line again. Let me do it this way because the top of the wheel is actually blocking me to go flat down. And you want to make sure that you make a straight line because it's so important. So like that, you can get it to meet up together. You guys are seeing that. This one looked up to make sure that I was not off camera. Alright, so I'm going to make that line and hope it's straight. Yep, beautiful. Then I'm going to take my second knife. Oh, I said it! I said it! And don't ask me to repeat it because I won't be able to do that. Okay. So I'm just going to make a few slices. So it just makes it easy for me to cut. So I'm going to make sure I line that up. Then I'm just going to make a few slits. Okay. I can actually go over it like this too. I guess the ruler just helps a little bit. If you're not a person that can go straight, I recommend use the ruler like I do. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to cut that piece off again. And make sure you go straight and follow that groove. That's the important part because you want it to meet together. I mean, mine was a little crooked for the first time I did it. So, but it taught me. So I don't want you guys making the same mistake. Okay, I'm going to go on the other side so I can meet up to the other one. It makes it easier that way. I just want to make sure that I got it right where I want it. Boom! Was that easy or what? So yeah, the piece that I took off, double check, 2 1/4. So that's how much piece you're going to get. And what I did was, I came in. Now you gotta use your sand paper just to flatten it nice because you want to get a nice smooth on it. So I advise you guys to use sandpaper so you can have that nice and flat because you will see like those, like when you break wood. So that's what I did. So before you, let me just, guys, honestly, when you do something like this, it's always good to use a mask. And this video here, just so you know, is not for kids because we are using two idols that children should not be playing with, okay? So this video is not for kids. You can cut them for them and they can do the painting. Alright, so what I'm going to do, let me just swipe a little bit because I don't want this dust. It's not healthy. I don't have my mask, I'll be honest with you, but I'm going to swipe it with my rag and just turn it off. So I got a clean surface to work with. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to match this and oh, perfect. With this one here, like I said, my first try, I was going, you can't even tell because I actually fixed it up because I had to use model paste and wood glue to get this together. But let me see, let me see, it looks a little smaller to the one that I cut. I just gotta see. Oh, same size. Okay, yeah, same size. So I got my small little truck, and what I got, I'm not going to paint it yet until I have it all glued up. So what I do is first, and once I don't find it with my model paste, yeah, this is my model paste. I do have the other one, let me see, model paste, yeah, I got this one too, but I'm going to use this one. Even though this one is kind of dried out, honestly, look, it's dry, but it's workable. I can, you know, I just spray a little bit of it, and it kind of helped me. So that's not a problem, because once it's dry, then you sand it down and you can start your painting. So the first thing I do is I use my wood glue, and make sure you have something like I have so you can wipe out. So I'm just going to put it right in the middle. Right on the line where you're going to put it together. And then I'm going to use this right here. And I'm going to hold that for a minute. Wipe out. And what I do from there, I take my model paste. Like I said, it's dry, but it's workable. If I can get a piece on out of here. No. And the reason why I can't let go because I'm using my hands to hold on to the. So I got a little piece, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to press down and just swipe. And don't worry about it because, like I said, once it's dried out, you can always go back and sand that out. And just keep on holding this. Oops, see, it moves a little bit because I'm actually trying to get the paste to go between it. And once I got to dry a little bit on the front, then I will turn it and do the other side, but I'm not going to do that now. So for now, I'm just going to let this dry up. Once it's all finished, then I'll paint it, and I've got my second truck. So I just wanted to show you guys how to cut. If you have any more of these red trucks from Christmas, you can short it and make it to your size, so you could, you know, put it to wherever you want to make it. Mine's going to be, I'm doing this truck because I have so many. I have the Dollar Tree. I'll show you right now what I'm doing. I'm making it as a stand. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be like a set of something that I'm going to put on my either window or my next to the fireplace. Let me just close this up and I'll show you what my plan is. I have some of these, and you know these little metal hearts right here, they come from, like I said, this sign right here, and they had this, so I bought 4 of them, so I cut those out. And this might be part of my plan where I want my heart to fall because I need a groove. I'll explain that. Let me just, well, because I always go ahead of myself. So my plan is with this, the one, the finished look, I'm going to put the one to the side so that can dry up. At least you got an idea how you can trim your truck. You see how it moves a little bit? Yeah, you don't wanna, you wanna keep on, I mean, I can turn it and probably do, see how it comes out? It's okay. It's gonna do that, trust me, it's going to do that. Which I should have let it dry up first. You know what, I'm gonna let it dry because it's much easier that way. So I'm gonna try to pick this up and push it to the side. And once that dries up, I can finish. Okay. Now, where's my rag? Okay. Never have, oh, there you go. Just make sure you clean up your surface when you're working with your next project. So my plans on this is I'm going to leave the color because I like it. I got these hearts. Is it Dollar Tree or Dollar General? I'm trying to remember where the, oh, Dollar Tree. I got the one with the arrows, and there's also a stack of them. I don't know what did I put them at, but they're around there. So the one without the arrows, it just says Happy Valentine Day. So what I did is I painted, and how I did those lines, I used washi tape, and I just, you know, alternate so I can have those colors. Then I'm going to put this between here, and then I'm going to have some flowers, you know, make it look nice. And then I'm going to have it like this behind. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to have this behind. Then I got some punches of hearts. And I'm going to put the little one right here. It's good. It looks so pretty. Once I'm finished with it, guys, I promise you I will either videotape it, the finished look, or I'll let you know to go into my Facebook so you can see what it looks like. But I think I'll show it to you what it looks. So once I finish with my truck, I already finished 2 hearts. These are the ones that I was working on before I took it apart. This is the Dollar Tree heart. It's pretty big, so it's a nice size. And my plant, so I already got 2 already that I finished. Oh my God, it came out, I have to say, it came out beautiful. So this is my first one. Can you believe this? Let me just show you guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the other heart. I actually made this one here. I left this piece on. What I wanted to really do, and I didn't think about it, I wanted to take it apart and just lift it up a little to this one. But I didn't. But I still got more, and I'll probably do it with this one. So, just remember, it came from Dollar Tree. This is what it looks like. This is what I alter it to a different beautiful look. I think it came out so beautiful. And I'm so addicted to tissue paper. Tissue paper, guys. I'm going to show you the papers, the tissues. As a matter of fact, I need to order some more. They're from Amazon, and I'll definitely put the link down. I'll put the link down so you guys, if you're interested. But they are beautiful, beautiful paper. Let me just pull one out so you can see what it looks like. Look how gorgeous. Now, I didn't use this one. I didn't use this tissue paper. I kind of used it on this one. This is my second one. Look how pretty. Is that gorgeous or what? And like I said, I don't like to put so much because it just overwhelms. So I like to make it simple, but very shabby, very nice. And what I did here is I put the tissue paper here with the butterfly. I also put tissue paper here. I painted. And if you could go close, I don't know if you can see some written lines on it. I don't know if you can see that right here. So right here you can see it. What I did is I took a Stampin' Up! Stamp and I stamped them up. First I paint them. Before I decoupage my tissue paper, I stamped it first. So I don't care how many I carry. And this is the stamp that I used. It's an old Stampin' Up! One. I don't know if they still sell them, but this is the one that I used. It's a beautiful one. And I'm not sure how it upside down. But look how pretty. So I used that, and I stamped it up, And then I took my stencil, the one that has the script stencil, and I kind of went over it too. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. And then over here is another stencil where I color it in first, and then I overlap it and use the paste. So that's why it looks 3D, but you can actually see it. I did one here, and then this one here I didn't stencil it with the colors. I just went to the paste, the model paste, and went over. You know, everybody knows that technique. So just to give it a nice dimension. So I got that done, and then this word is from Dollar Tree. It comes in a pack like this. It has love, XOX, and Valentine. I wish they had more love, but that's okay. So this is the one that I'm working on. And like I said, I'm making another truck because the way I've set, you know, what my mind's thinking of, it's gonna be a set. I can't wait to show you guys. So once I finish with it, okay. So that's one. And oh, let me show you the tissue paper, guys. I'm so sorry. This is what it looks like. Look how pretty. So hot when you put it. Tissue paper is really like you gotta be patient with them. Especially when you take they have like 3 plies on it. So it gets really thin, but look how gorgeous. Look. And my camera's about to shut off. Don't you go nowhere. Ain't it so pretty, right? I have that one. I used that one for that one. And then for this one, I used this one. Look how pretty this tissue paper. Like I said, I'll put the link, and if you like the one I'm showing to you, I'll definitely put what item numbers they are. Now, I know they haven't opened it because I just closed it. And of course, in front of the camera, it's going to make me not look for it. But you know what? I'm going to cut it. Because it's taking too much time just to get it open. Because I really want you guys to see what the paper looks like. And I'm sure you would like to see the paper, right? What it looks like. So this is the other one that I use on this heart. Oh, come on, guys. Open, open, open so they can see how pretty you are. And this is the other one. Look how pretty. Okay. So what I did here, so I used the decoupage. I put some in here. This is handmade. I made the ruffle flower. This one here was from Dollar Tree? Yeah, the Dollar Tree one. Then I have the butterfly, the French butterfly. Then I made some twine as a bow. I got a key that's hanging from here. And like I said, I stenciled this by using, where is my stencil? I try to keep everything close by so I don't have to, and of course, because my desk is such a mess, I wanted to actually see what the stencil looked like. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Ah, here we go. Sorry, guys. This is the one I used from Michael's with my 50% off, and it's by Fork Art. So if you guys are interested, I'll put that on it. But I went to the store and got that one. But the tissue paper I ordered online. So this is my second one. How beautiful, right? So my plan is I'm going to take this heart. I have a piece of plywood already, and it's going to have a groove, but it's a bigger one. And I got this at either Dollar Tree or Dollar General or Michael's. I think Michael's. And they were like 89 cents. And they're pretty big. It's like 12 inches. Bigger than this little one. So what I'm going to do is, I don't have the saw to make that groove. So my plan is that I'm going to take these little blocks that we get at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to line them up so I can have between them, so I can slide in my heart, so hopefully it will stand with some glue. Then after I do that, after I do one of them like this, my goal is to try to get the truck to look like this. But I'm going to have, like I said, there's going to be a flat surface over here, and I'm going to have a flat surface for the back because you need balance. because I don't know if it's going to hold up just that, you know, with the block. But look how pretty that looks together. Let me see. Can you see it, guys? Because I'm upside, I'm not facing, but just imagine. Look how pretty. Okay? So, what is it? Oh, and then there's another thing I want you guys to share with you. I was waiting for this die from Aquacut. I have a big machine that's called Aquacut. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. This is how fat these dies come. They're pretty big, but I love them. So I had this one has the hole, and the purpose I want that because my plan is, which I almost started doing, because I'm not going to paint them, but just so you know, this die is not compatible for big shots or anything. It has to go by the Aquacut machine. It's very expensive, but it's worth it. I have so much pretty little dies that go to this. So this is a new one that just came in. So I'm going to make some little hearts because I'm trying to get some for my grandkids. And since they already had the hole, so my goal is to use, I'm using tutu, this material. And I'm going to, I don't know how it's going to look. I'm going to play with it. And I'm going to go all around. And you probably say, why don't you paint it? I'm not going to paint it again because I actually don't know what color I want. Since there's a lot of pink that's going to be happening. So I probably do with a cream color or so on. But when that's finished, I definitely come back and show you the finished look. I wanted to share with you guys my new toy. It came. So I'm going to do 3 of those. I'm trying to remember anything. What else? I think that's it for now. So I just wanted to show you mostly about the trucks, how you could trim it down. If you have any questions, just let me know. Please do subscribe if you happen to, you know, bump into my channel. For the people that are already subscribed to it, please share it. Give me thumbs up. What else? I think that's it. That's it. You know, I hope you enjoyed this. And that's it. Have a good night. And thank you for watching. God bless.